He actually saved my life because back then I was, like I said, you see, the first thing I told you, I hope Gunna don't look for me for leaking songs, but he's obviously not gonna beat me up. But back then, that's what I was known for. Like I would rob everybody's like unfinished songs. I'll wait for like it was like Ocean's 11, but the hood version. We would wait for like Jay Z or Nas or any of them to come out the studio like 5, 6 in the morning, and we would really park outside. So the engineers would tell us, "Yo, Jay Z and the whole clique, like Memphis Bleak, everybody's in the studio, Beanie Siegel," and then what he would do, he would have a second room, and he would record the whole session. So I did it with Puff. I did it with like a couple of big names because the engineers back then was getting paid fucko. So what I would do is once the artists leave, then we go in. Then I go in, I give the guy like 500 to $1,000, and then he'll give me like the whole session. So in my world of leaking music, all you need is one verse and a hook, and that was it. We didn't care about like we don't have the full record or, and it's kind of it was like kind of like cool. Like I would have like a Nas version, and then later on it would be like Nas and like Jay Z and somebody else, but you would heard it first on mine. I got this addiction by because a couple blocks away from me, DJ Clue lived. He was the king of that. So when he leaked Biggie One More Chance, and then Biggie went on High 97, was like, yo, who the fuck is Clue? I'm gonna kill this nigga. So I was like, oh my god. So it was. I think it's like a Queens thing, like the adrenaline rush of the artist trying to find you, and you don't get caught. Because I feel like there was no social media back then. There was no internet. There was no like Instagram shit like that. So we became hood legends. So like you would be at home like, oh my god, I went to Jamaica Avenue today, and then this DJ just leaked this new Biggie shit. So I wanted to be that guy too. So I did that like crazy. I got shit, man. Oh my god. Even to this day, I don't leak because I know I'm gonna get killed, or they'll know who I got it from.
That's literally one of the questions. How bad did people want to kill you?
I mean, everybody knows I got kidnapped by Pun. I mean, Big Pun kidnapped me. N.O.R.E wanted to kill me. Who else? Mob Deep. They were mad. They didn't want to kill me. I almost got stabbed by Styles P, but I escaped like by like literally by 10 minutes. Because the 10 minutes is him going to get the knife. And I left. All I heard was, oh, kid. But we were in the car. We were like, we sped off. That was where he was at in his studio, where Jadakiss and everybody was at. But it's fucked up because I did a whole record with them, and we shot the video, and he found out right at the end of the last shot, we were putting all the equipment away, that I leaked like one of his songs on his in his album like that day. That's why I was like, yo, let's hurry up, because it didn't get to him. There was no social media, so it had to be from like a phone call. So somebody called him, was like, yo, you on his Whoo Kid tape? And he's like, wow, I just did a music video with him. We actually never, you know what's crazy? We never released that music video.
Oh, wow.
It's somewhere. We shot like a full video with the whole clique. Jadakiss, Styles P, Sheik Luch. Never came out because I got caught that day. But yeah, if you're not gonna get killed or caught or beat up, you're not really doing shit. I'm just maybe knock on wood. I never got beat up. I got kidnapped, but they let me go. I'm talking about Uzis, guns, everything.
That was the question. Why did Big Pun pull an Uzi on you and kidnap you in the infamous white van?
No, I leaked like a different version of a record, but back then I was just leaking, putting shit out, so I don't listen to bars and verses. And I woke up when I did Max B's tape, which I think he was dissing the whole Dipset and fucking Jim Jones, and I didn't listen to the verses either because he asked me, yo, can you host my tape? So what I did is I just put my drops, gunshots, and kept it moving because I was doing like so many tapes. I had the G-Unit tapes, Mobb Deep tapes, Snoop Dogg tapes. I can't really like listen to every mixtape, So I just hear the beats. Maybe I'll wait for the hook. I'll put a gunshot, Whoo Kid. But then when he dropped the tape, he had like the whole Dipset with like makeup on and skirts and stuff. I didn't know that, so it was too late. So I'm hanging with fucking Jim Jones and Joel Santana. They were looking at me crazy. I was like, and that's the thing. You really have to like follow up and check like the bars and verses. Like the verses on that record that diss Pun, I didn't peep it. I just leaked it. So Pun was like, oh, obviously you don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna let you go. But if you do it again, you're gonna, we'll fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? So I escaped that one, but he was like, yo, let's link up again. but I want you to diss Jay-Z on the intro. So I was like, yeah, I'll do whatever. Just let me out of this car. Like, I'm in a van. Like, get me the fuck out. I'll do whatever you say. But I was going to go back with like 20 guys in the studio and then do the tape with Big Pun. But then it's funny, I saw Steve Rifkin at Mike Tyson's Hot Boxing the other day. So he's the one that stopped me from going to meet Pun to do this, to do the session. And then if you're a historian, if you look at Source Magazine, they had like a fake handshake, like Jay-Z and Big Pun, because back then they didn't have beef records like Tupac and Biggie. Like I think Jay-Z had the song with Foxy Brown, Ain't No Nigga, right? And then Pun had the song with Joe, Wanna Be a Player. So their beef was fucking up their momentum. So this is the first time in hip hop where beef didn't really translate to sales, and I'm talking about like an evil record label view on how they're gonna make money with two artists, because that's like the conspiracy theory that they want them to go hard and beef and shoot each other and shit like that, because they're worth more dead, So that's like the conspiracy or whatever. But back then, that was the first energy where it doesn't make sense for them to have beef, because they have like their records was lit, but it was like R&B club songs, so it doesn't make sense. Like, you got, "Yo, what up, nigga?" And you got like an R&B song, like. So they ended that. I think the labels put that together, and he hit me. He was like, "Yo, don't even meet Pun. It's not happening." So I thought that was going to be the first look of me being a famous DJ, because back then I wasn't famous. So that was going to be my first look, but it didn't happen.